We here at Geek Crash Course like to take a look back at the classics that inspired the new movies and TV coming out today.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy features hoopy fruits, impossible improbabilities, and the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
So it's going to be a nice light show today. Hold that.
Of course. What happened?
I think I was hit by a gold brick wrapped in a lemon twist?
Pan-galactic Gargle blaster.
What's with the towel?
I never forget my towel.
Arthur Dent is an Englishman whose house is about to be demolished. So is the rest of the planet, but he doesn't care so much. Earth is about to be demolished to make way for a hyperspace bypass.
Arthur is saved from the fiery death of planet Earth by Ford Prefect, a friend of Arthur's who is actually an alien from a planet somewhere in the vicinity of Betelgeuse. Ford is a researcher for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a guide to all sorts of things that is mainly popular because it is cheaper than its competitors,
And it has the words, "Don't Panic," written in large, friendly letters on the cover.
Arthur spends the entire story in his bathrobe, and he and Ford hitchhike onto one of the demolition ships that destroyed Earth, which is run by the nasty Vogon constructor fleet, aliens who are just doing their job when they're not writing terrible poetry or doing paperwork.
When our heroes are thrown off the ship, they are rescued by the starship Heart of Gold, which has been stolen by Zaphod Beeblebrox, a two-headed alien and sometimes galactic president. Trillian, formerly Tricia McMillan, who Arthur once met at a fancy dress party.
They're also accompanied by Marvin, the paranoid android. He's extremely smart and extremely depressed about everything.
Oh, life. Don't talk to him about life. Eventually, they travel to the world Magrathea and meet Slarta Bartfast, a planet designer who once won an award for building the coast of Norway.
Earth was effectively designed to be a massive supercomputer to calculate the question of life, the universe, and everything.
What we don't realize previously is that the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything was already calculated by a supercomputer called Deep Thought. The answer was an unsatisfactory 42. Hence, Earth was constructed, a computer so advanced that life itself was a part of its operational matrix.
Arthur, Trillian, Ford, and Zaphod are held by the hyper-intelligent beings who have disguised themselves as Trillian's pet white mice, but escape, leading the mice to think up their own question. How many roads must a man walk down?
Either at the end of this part of the story, you travel to the last two parts of the radio serial or TV series, or you go to the next book, Restaurant at the End of the Universe. We'll get to those in a little bit. Douglas Adams actually spent a long time trying to figure out the number that Deep Thought would give as his disappointing answer. In the end, he turned to a sketch he had been prop buyer on, in which a character played by John Cleese shouts out 42.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is big, it's huge, it even has its own holiday. May 25th is Towel Day, which celebrates never going anywhere without a towel if you are in fact a hitchhiker in the galaxy. You're supposed to wear a bathrobe, carry a towel, and get excited about the number 42.
Before he wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams was a script editor on Doctor Who, specifically Tom Baker's time as the Doctor. He wrote the scripts for The Pirate Planet and Shaw, which was cancelled due to industrial action. Another unproduced script, Doctor Who and the Cricket Men, formed the basis of his third book in the Hitchhiker's Guide trilogy, Life, the Universe, and Everything.
Here's the Hitchhiker's Glossary to the Galaxy. Everything you need to know to hold a conversation with a Hitchhiker's fan. Firstly, the 5 novels in the Hitchhiker series are Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Life, the Universe, and Everything, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, and Mostly Harmless. The short story Young Zaphod Plays It Safe is generally included with the trilogy. The 4th novel's title, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, refers to the final message given to man by the dolphins, the second most intelligent species on the planet. The 5th novel's title, Mostly Harmless, refers to Ford Prefect's edit to the original Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy entry for Earth, which read simply, Harmless. The Babelfish is a small creature inserted into someone's ear that allows you to understand any language, a convenient plot device so that Earthman Arthur Dent can understand all the aliens he meets. Don't panic are the words found on the cover of the fictional guide. Sci-fi author Arthur C. Clarke once called this phrase the best advice ever given to humanity. The pan-galactic Gargle blaster is a drink so powerful that it has been described as being hit with a slice of lemon wrapped around a large gold brick. It was invented, of course, by Zaphod Beeblebrox. The infinite improbability drive is a drive that can take you anywhere in the universe at lightning-fast speeds. It's completely impossible, completely improbable, hence the name.
Calling the 5 Hitchhiker's Guide books a trilogy is actually an in-joke in the Hitchhiker's Guide fan community, started by Douglas Adams himself.
We here at Geek Crash Course love all things Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So in this segment, we're going to talk about our favorite versions of the stories. My personal favorite is the TV show. It's pretty rough around the edges. It's a low-budget British sci-fi show. Some of you may know how that goes. But it's fantastic. It is fun, it's colorful, it's incredibly creative, and you get to see Douglas Adams naked in episode 2. Just saying.
My favorite version of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy are the books. The trilogy of 5 books are really easy to get into, the writing is hilarious, and if you buy a leather-bound copy, it looks pretty cool.
Regularly we will do an avoid segment here, but this week we don't really have anything to avoid. Some people will say don't look at the movie from 2005, but I disagree. I think it's a great movie. The adaptation still holds strong. It's another adaptation in a line of adaptations, and the actors involved are amazing. So go take a look at it. It's really fun. I really enjoy it, and frankly, nothing to avoid.
Every week on Geek Crash Course, we ask an extra credit question, and if you tweet or email us the correct answer, you could be next week's Geek of the Week.
Sadly, there was no Geek of the Week this week. Here is the correct answer to last week's question.
This week's question is, what fictional character once described his costume choice of a bathrobe and pajamas as being very Arthur Dent?
That's it for this week's infinitely improbable edition of Geek Crash Course. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas for future episodes, you can get in touch with us on Twitter at Geek Crash Course or on our website, geekcrashcourse.com.
That's it for this week's edition, and we'll see you hoopy fruits next week on Geek Crash Course. Should I grab my towel?
Yeah, grab your lovely, lovely towel.